All right, good morning, everybody. Got the recording going. Nice, the heat just turned off. So hopefully things sound a little bit better this week. I do have a mic. This room is not great for audio, so I'll do my best to try to, I worked through some settings. I think this is the best audio that we're gonna get, but hopefully this is suitable for you guys. Give me some feedback. Let me know if things are rough, if they sound okay. And we'll go from there. So for the folks who are watching from the replay, I'm going to show the routine. So we're going to do some single leg bridge holds, some side stepping, some jumping double leg to single leg, landing, single leg RDLs. We're going to do some single leg hip thrusts, step back lunges, and then of course some calf work at the end. So we'll get started. If you guys have any questions throughout, shoot me a message. Feel free to send me an email or anything about any of the movements we're doing. I'll talk you through, I'll demo everything, and then we'll get moving. Sweet. All right, so first two are gonna be more of our warm-up exercise. We're gonna do single leg hip bridge, and we're gonna do some side stepping. So I have a band that I'm gonna use for side stepping. I'll show you where I place it. If you have a band, great. If not, don't worry, we can still get in that side to side movement. It's still gonna be beneficial without the load. So for the single leg hip bridge, we're gonna just use some floor space. We demo first. So be on the floor, we can bridge up. Don't arch your back, try to keep your back nice and flat. And then we're just gonna hold this position, okay? So let's hold for 30 seconds, nice and stable. Try to keep that pelvis nice and level, and then we'll switch. We're gonna go back and forth 3 times, and then we'll go to the next one. I'll show you the banded one. So let me get things ready. All right, and 3, 2, 1, and up. So again, remember, core nice and tight. A lot of times I'll talk about rib cage down, so that things stay nice and flat here, and then your pelvis is trying to stay nice and level. Where you place your foot is going to make it feel a little bit different, whether it's in the quad, glute, hamstring. For now, just try to keep it kind of right underneath your knee. And then your hand positions will make it easier here to harder. 2, 1, and switch. Same sort of thing. Nice and flat, good position there, nice and level at the pelvis. We're just gonna hold, trying to activate the glutes, get some load through the hamstrings. A lot of times people will feel this more in the quads. We're trying to work this section here. So if you're feeling in the quads, you might just have to think about engaging your glutes, think about your hamstring, but also modify where your foot position is. If you move your foot out here, it should be a little bit more challenging versus bringing it in. Okay, take a rest. So one set in. Just check questions here. Should be good. Put this down. Nice. All right, let's go to our second one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and up. Nice and easy. We're just trying to build stability through the pelvis, be able to maintain that level pelvis. When we're running, since running is a single leg exercise, it's all about being able to maintain that stability through one foot and also maintaining that level pelvis while you're transitioning from one foot to the next. 10 more seconds. I'm feeling it right in this area here. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Good. Do good. 10 seconds in. 15. Trying to go to 30. And 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Take a little break. How's that feeling? Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling okay. Take a little bit of recovery in between each one. Then we're going to go into our third set. After the third set, we're going to do some side stepping. I'm going to use a band. If you have one, great. If not, no problem. All right. Last set here. And ready, set, go. 10 seconds in. Halfway. Focus on keeping everything nice and tight, keeping that off the ground. The biggest thing is through the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. And up. So there's 10 seconds. Halfway. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, take a little break. Good. All right, so trying to get a little bit of hamstring and backside glute activation first. If that's too tough, you can do it as 2 legs. So if you're trying to go back and repeat this over the next couple of weeks and try to use this routine implemented into your strength routines, and it's too challenging, go to 2 legs, just practice that hold. We're doing isometric holds, which is just a prolonged hold to help maintain this position. So you keep that pelvis nice and level, and we don't drop the hip, let that knee come in. That can cause some issues from the low back all the way down through the foot. So second one we're gonna do, side stepping. I'm gonna use a little band. A lot of people have done this one before. I take the band and I put it around my feet. So I'm stepping on it. We're gonna get a little bit of a knee bend, and we're gonna go side to side. So I'll take about 5 steps one way, 5 steps the other. Keep tension in the band the whole time. They're small steps. It's not on and off, on and off, okay? So if you don't have a band, just kind of get in an athletic position, a little bit of a knee bend, upright trunk, and we're gonna start. 3, 2, 1, go. Small steps to the side. You should feel with this one, like the back foot is the one working, especially if you have the band. Just kind of slowing down, trying to control that foot coming in with the band. 10 more seconds. So we're gonna do 30 seconds today for a warm up. For some people, this is really, really hard. For some people, 2, 1, and rest. For some people, 30 seconds feels pretty easy, and we can go upwards of 45 to a minute. But for the warm up, we're just gonna try to do 30 seconds. Go through that a couple times, and then we're gonna get into our jumping. All right, back in position, and go. Nice small steps. Trying not to sway side to side. Try to keep that trunk nice and upright. 10 more seconds. Should feel it right inside of the glutes, side of the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Shake them out of your knees. You're doing it right over here on the sides. We'll take another 10 seconds. We're gonna do one more. So we're doing basically 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 3 times. Start, ready, and go. Last one. And we're about halfway done. We gotta keep it nice and small, nice and upright. Feeling it right inside the hips. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest. So we've got some of the warm up in, glute bridge, and some of the side stepping. Pretty like textbook exercises a lot of people have done before. Should be nice and easy, kind of warm up lower extremity, especially through those hips. We're gonna do some jumping. So I've got a step here I'm gonna set up. Jumping is really, really important to be able to learn how to generate force, but also accept that force, right? Running is just a series of single leg hops. You hop from one foot to the next, and you have to be able to accept that load and then kind of store the energy and then reactivate and generate force to the next step. So we're gonna do some jumping onto a box. If you've got a box staircase, your bottom step would work, or you can even do these to the floor. So I'll show you how to do them to the floor, and then I'm going to do them to the steps. You get a little bit of a visualization for both. So we're basically doing the floor first. We're doing a 2-foot jump to a 1-foot landing. So we're here, jump and land. And we're here, jump and land. Okay. I'm going to do it in a box. So we're jumping up to the box. My box comes about mid-shin or so. We're jumping up on the box with 2 feet here and landing on 1. And stepping up. We're going to do the same side 5 times and then switch. The big thing here is trying not to land really loud and trying to control that position. Keep that knee forward, keep that pelvis nice and level. Sometimes you'll get this, right? When that knee caves in, that hip's going to drop. But we're just trying to learn to control that movement. If jumping to a high box is too challenging, lower the box. If lowering the box doesn't help, just do it from the floor. Jump up with 2 feet, land on 1. Just learn to accept that load. Right? Okay, so we're going to do 4 sets of 5. 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. All right, ready and go. 2 feet to 1 foot. 2 feet to 1. And 3, 4, 5. Good. And then we'll switch feet. So up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Any questions on that? Take a little bit of a break between these. So plyometrics are something that we should not be doing every day. Some of the other strength training pieces we can do every day, you know, where you're at 3-4 times a week. This is a little bit more aggressive, especially if you're not jumping a lot, not doing a lot of hill repeats, sprints, things like that. This can be really aggressive on your lower leg, your calf, your Achilles, heel, plantar fasciitis type stuff. So if you're having any of those symptoms, decrease the intensity here, or you might have to push it off and do more of those isolated strengthening pieces. But if you can tolerate this can really benefit your body's ability to generate force, accept force, your low capacity, and that'll lead into you staying healthy and performing better. So I'll take our second set. Boxes that fall apart. And 2 to 1. Good. Last one. There's 5. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. 2 sets in. So take a little break. This is one where we don't want to speed right through it. It generally feels pretty easy in the moment, but that load will compound and that can be pretty challenging by the end. This is one where if you do a ton of jumping, you definitely do it tomorrow. So we're going to do a couple of sets of jumping. Then we're going to go into more of a hip hinge, into a single leg RDL. I'm going to use some weight. You do not have to. You have some weight, you have a backpack filled with books or some sort of object you can pick up. That's totally fine. I'm going to use a couple 15-pound dumbbells. Go to our third set. And 2 to 1. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Take a break. So 3 sets in, 1 more to go. I'll put the box away, get some space, walk you through the single leg RDL. The biggest thing with the RDL is maintaining an upright trunk and being that little pendulum going back and forth instead of folding from the hips. So I'll demonstrate that for you. The biggest key I tell you is only go as far as you can control. So don't go all the way to the ground if you can't control it. If you start to bend your back or your leg doesn't come up in conjunction with your chest and your trunk, then we're going too far. So let's do 1 more set, then I'll demo that. Okay, and 2 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Ready. Right. So I'm going to use one weight. I've got 2 here, but I like using 1 for a single guardrail because then it forces the opposite hip to work. So if I'm going to do it standing on my left foot, I've got the weight in my right hand. This will add tension this way and force this hip required to keep my pelvis nice and level. So you're going to be here. You're going to reach down, chest up, and back up. So from the side, down, chest up, and back. So you can see, I'm like one of those birds that will have their nest there. They can teeter back and forth. So trunks can go down, legs are going to go up. I'm not reaching for the floor. I'm doing this. You can see the difference between my back here versus here. I'm just trying to get a little bit of tension through my hamstrings, coming back up. Okay? So I'll do it to the side so you can see my form, and we're going to do 8 on one side, switch 8 on the other. All right? Ready? And go. Make sure I don't hit the step I just put down. 2, 3, control and balance the hardest thing. If you can only go this far, that's totally fine. 4, 5, 6, and try not to really rotate. 7, and 8. This way, try to keep things nice and level. Switch sides. And 1, 2. I feel a pull right down my hamstrings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Any questions on this one? We want to feel a nice light stretch kind of pull through the hamstrings. This is when it can make you sore tomorrow. So don't go too far. If you've got to stop partway through, that's totally fine. Let's make sure we're doing the movement correctly and really training how to do that hip hinge instead of squatting down to the floor. We're just bending forward from our back. All right. Second set. I'm running 3 sets of these. All right. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I should have mentioned, my knee is not locked out. I do have, I call it a soft knee. So a little bit of a bend in my knee. I'm not squatting to do this, but my knee isn't locked straight. It's unlocked. So there's a little bit of a knee bend. 2, my knee isn't moving forward. My hips are moving back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Perfect. So I'm using a 15-pound weight. If you want to use weights, you can basically use whatever feels comfortable. I've gone up to like 40 pounds or something. Sometimes people have dumbbells or kettlebells they can use. Sometimes people just use a backpack and they just put some weights in there. If you got like leftover plates that people get from like weights like 5 pounds, 10-pound plates, people will use those. I'm in a garage sale or something like that. Old textbooks. For me, that works really, really well. All right. Next side. And last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Last one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't look at the camera and it's somebody else. 5, 6, 7. Last one. 8. Sweet. All right. weights down. For now, we'll use those again. So thumbs up, everybody feeling good? Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay, so now we're gonna go into some more kind of auxiliary lifts. We're gonna try to do some step back lunging, some single leg hip thrusts, and then some calf work. So we're getting that well-rounded movement pattern in. The single leg hip thrust is another hip hinge movement like we just did, but we're gonna be in a different position, more of that glute bridge position. Step back lunge gets us to that split squat position, and then the calves, if you've been here before, you know calves are the name of the game. That's the most important thing for me. A lot of times what people neglect, and it's something that we can add in that can give us a lot of bang for our buck, especially for some of the lower extremity injuries that people sustain. So let's do the single leg hip thrust next, since we just were working on that hip hinge position. Let's just kind of continue to re-ingrain that. I'm gonna set up my step again. If you want to use a staircase, that might be a little low. A couch generally works really well, or a chair works really well. If you're using a chair, make sure it's pushed up against the wall, because you are going to be pushing some force back into it and have a potential for it to kind of fall down. I'll set my step up this way so that you see me from the side. All right. That's good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be in a bridge position. My shoulder blades are going to be down here on the step. I'll be in single leg. And now, previously we did single leg holds. Now we're doing repetitions here. So it's not arching from your back and up. It's rolling from your hips and up. So we're trying to sit our bottom down. We're not trying to arch our back. It might feel good. It might give a little crack in the back that kind of relieves some of the tension there, and it feels pretty good, but we're focusing on that hip hinge movement, letting those glutes, letting that hip and pelvis sink to the floor, and then generating that force back, okay? 5 reps is all we're looking for here. So shoulder blades on your couch, on your chair, 1 foot up, hips down, and up, and you control how far down you go. This can be a really small movement. These can get pretty tough. Good, and then switch. Up. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And rest. So this one with just body weight generally is a good place to start. If this feels really easy, see what the third set feels like. But then you can also take some weights and kind of put them right in your pelvis. Take a backpack again, put that in your pelvis to add a little bit more force. We can progress this one pretty significantly. But let's just start right here where we're at. Keep it nice and easy. Just continue to reiterate that hip hinge movement. So second set, and down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Everybody feeling good? Questions on this one? Good. We got one more set. Put the step away. We'll just get some open space. Doing some step back lunges. Pretty easy. I'm going to hold on to a weight, and we're going to come up to a high knee position each time. Try to make it as close to the running mechanics as you can. So last one here. And down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going 2 extra, and next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Rest. Yeah, we got 5 now. So generally when I'm working with people, I'm watching the way they're moving, and I'm thinking about the way I'm moving or what they're doing. And I tell people all the time, I definitely miss the class in PT school where you learn how to count. Because I'm always focused on the movement instead of like, oh yeah, do this many, but I'm probably not going to remember what number you're on because I'm watching you too much. Sweet. Okay, so step back lunges. I'm going to grab a light weight. This is one where you can hold weights on both sides, doing more of a goblet position. I'm just going to hold it in one hand. I'm going to come up, back, and back up. So that's 1. We're gonna go 5 times on one side, 5 times on the other. Okay, so let's try to maintain that single leg position. Up, back, up. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, and switch. And up, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. This is one that I'll generally just kind of cycle through. So we're doing it 3 times. You can make this one pretty challenging, right? You can add a barbell up top, you have a bunch of weight, you do more repetitions. This can be the focus of your strength routine. We're using it as just some accessory work. All right, hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And we're doing one more set. Ready, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And switch sets. Up and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. All right. Again, I'm bringing a step up for the next one. So this is one where you've got a couch, you've got a staircase, a chair, something you can place your foot on. Would be perfect. Oh, my this is perfect with that. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 of my favorite exercises. So we're going to do a single leg calf raise and a single leg soleus raise. I'm going to hold weight in both hands. All you do, come back here, 1 foot up on your step, 1 foot close to the step, the back foot, heel lifts straight up in the air. Pretend that you're on a string and it's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. Do 15 there, and then I'm putting my weights in the front foot, and you're gonna lift the front foot too. Okay? So let's start with the back one. And up nice and tall, back leg nice and straight, and go to the ceiling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you have to step there, it's okay. I'm gonna go 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now I'm gonna put my weights here. If you don't have weights, it's fine, just try to do this movement. Lift the heel and down. 2, this should feel pretty easy on the way up. 4, but challenging and more of a shakiness on the way down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is a movement that most people neglect. A lot of people do their calf raises, very few people isolate the soleus. So now we're switching sides, and I'm going to go to the other soleus. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Weights by my side, and then 15 on this one. Up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then weights down. Any questions? Okay, so let's try to do one more set of those. So the challenge is you're going to go from one side up on this side, switch legs, up on this side, up on this side. So you're going back and forth, but try not to do the same foot twice. So you're going to have to do like straight leg, a bent knee, a straight leg. It's kind of awkward. Let's just try not to do the same leg twice so we can keep allowing the muscle to recover instead of completely fatiguing it with the next exercise. So back here, I think I just did that one. Let's go this way. And up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stay nice and tall, 6, back leg straight, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and switch here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is one I actually did with my kids. My oldest son is like 35 pounds. I've got 30 pounds in my hands. So I'll actually hold him or put him on my shoulders and we'll play games, and he thinks this is fun to kind of go up and down. So it's a way that I can add some weight, also play with him. And then I'll put him on my knee and back him up and down there too. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I should have switched. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, put the weights down. So I did on that last one what I told you not to do. So I used my left foot twice in a row. I did the bent knee and the straight leg because I was talking. So make sure when you're doing it at home, try to alternate legs. Okay. Any questions? Otherwise, that's a wrap. So 30 minutes or so. We got through 7 different movements. Did some jumping, some glute stuff, quads, hip hinging movement pattern, which most people really struggle with. Got some calf work in, got some single leg work in as well, which is really important, especially since running is a single leg exercise, a series of single leg hops. So we did a pretty well-rounded routine, still progressing things, still modifying things month to month. So the jumping has changed, our main strength exercise has changed. We'll continue to progress that. So no problem. If this is something that seems to work pretty well for you, if you need modifications, let me know. I can send you guys ways to scale this back, scale it forward. We'll continue progressing this over the next couple of months, but try to use this. If you don't have any of those strength routines, do it twice a week, maybe 2-3 times a week. See how much time you can make for it. Continue to incorporate that over the next month, and then we'll see you next month for the next progression. Awesome.